Hayati is an Arabic word that means my life. Ironically, outside of a hookah smoking bar with that name, two men lost their lives.
It woke me up at 3:30 in the morning. It was very horrific.
He lives in the building next to the lounge where two men, according to police, had some kind of argument, then stepped outside. Seconds later, gunfire.
Because it was really loud. It was like, bam, bam, bam. I'm like, oh, whoa.
He also lives next door. At the end of the block is Tompkins Square Park, where two officers on patrol heard the gunfire, turned on their body cameras, and ran over to find one man on the ground and the other with a gun in his hand.
The two officers engaged the armed suspect and gave numerous commands for him to get on the ground. He refused. He kept on walking. It was then the officers fired approximately 3 times at the male, striking him.
The chief of department says that the officers then approached the man they'd shot at this scene on Avenue A between 7th and 8th Streets and realized it had almost been a shootout.
Another .22 caliber handgun was recovered near the second man who was shot.
These are those guns. Investigators say the man who shot the other man and was then shot by police was no stranger to law enforcement.
The male that we engaged with had served 8 years in prison for a prior shooting and was currently on parole for that shooting.
No matter what his status, residents say that what happened here is a shock to an otherwise easygoing way of life.
The neighborhood, it's like a small village, like a real village, because it's the only neighborhood I know in New York where you can see people smiling.
Now, at this point, the NYPD has not released the names of the two men involved, but they have said that one is 41 years old, the other is 37 years old. Meanwhile, some longtime residents say that this shooting could be an indication that the neighborhood has just gotten too popular.